So you may have heard around the traps with Kajabi websites that a few of us recommend that you don't build out your homepage or an about page or a contact page as part of the Kajabi website theme. And that's what I'm going to discuss in this video. Okay, so what am I talking about? All right. If you are new to Kajabi, when you come in and you see the website area, you're going to see design, website pages, and landing pages. All cool. Now, to build a Kajabi website, you're actually going to use all of these. So the design area is really just showing you templates. So you would go in and pick a template, you'd browse a template, you'd upload a template, and then you're able to customize the template from within this area. Okay, so this is the core structure of your website theme. And what do I mean by core structure? So if we were to dive in here and have a look, the core structure of a website theme in Kajabi is made up of what is called system pages. All right, so when we're in here, we can see that we have, these are the core pages that come with this particular theme. So it does come with a home page. There's a library page, a member directory, announcements, blog, and so on. Now, what is a system page in here? So currently, Kajabi gives you a home system page. The library is the system, member directory, announcements, the blog pages are all system pages. This is a thank you page for someone who's done a purchase. That is classed as a system page. Login is a system, 404 is a system, same with page, same with store. All right. The rest of them you don't necessarily have to have, and you may not see in your template area theme when you're working on it. But a system page is essentially a page. If I look at, we'll have a look in the library here. A Kajabi website can't live without these. All right. So imagine that you have your website on a different platform. Maybe you have a WordPress website that you love and you don't want to use a Kajabi site, or you're using a Squarespace site or a Showit site. That is all fine. However, if you are going to be selling courses or you have a membership area, your students and members are still going to need an area inside Kajabi where they log in. So hence we have the login page. All right, so they would come in, they would log in through the login page, and then after the login page, which is a system page, then they're going to go to the library page. So we can see that we have the library page. So we've got two core pages right now that are absolutely vital in order for your Kajabi site to run. Now, what happens if for some reason you give them a dodgy link? A dodgy link to your login page, a dodgy link to the library? They're going to end up on a 404. So we definitely need the 404 page as well. So you can see how these are classed as system pages because you can't live without them. No website theme can. So even though you may not be using this as your website, or you are, it doesn't matter. You still need to have these as core pages set up as the back end of your Kajabi site. Otherwise, it's not going to work properly. Okay, so you may not be using the blog post, the search, any of those pages. You can actually use the member directory, and you will likely possibly also use the announcements page. Again, these are system pages that are crucial to how your Kajabi site runs. Okay, so they're needed. The store page, not so much, and the other pages, not so much either. But you get the gist. Like, there's quite a few pages in here that are classed as system pages, but we can't separate them. So when you upload a Kajabi website theme, it automatically comes with a group of pages that you may not need and a group of system pages. So when we talk about it, this is what we're talking about. So if we dive into the website pages, you'll be able to see them all listed here. So in this current template that I have, it has a home page which is classed as a system page because it cannot be moved, it cannot be hidden, it can't be put into draft mode. It is fixed. All right. Privacy policy was an uploaded separate page that we've used the new website page for, so it wouldn't normally be there. But you can see all of the other system pages here. You can't get around them. You need them. End of story. Now, the big question that we're asked is, why, Penny, would you then not use the home page? Because if I am building a website in Kajabi, surely I need a home page. And you are correct. You do need a home page. as with all of the other website pages that you may or may not be needing, like an about page, a contact page, maybe a services page. You want to showcase your courses, or you want a shop page. There's a multitude of pages that you may need as part of your website. Totally understand that. And you will be able to build them out. But my suggestion always is to not build them in the website theme, because they are locked in here. So if you watch the other video that I did on what happens when we do updates or we swap out different themes for your website, you will notice that every time you do that, any custom website pages that you've created that are within the website theme do not carry across. So if you ever wanted to update your website theme, like change it, bring in a new one, you will lose all of the custom pages that you've already done. No, you won't necessarily lose the homepage, or you will, in so that being that whatever you create in here, yes, you can go and add a new website theme, but it wipes everything that you've already done. So why would you do that? The easiest way to get around this is to build the core pages, external pages, home, contact, about, services, etc., as landing pages. And when I'm talking about landing pages, I'm talking about these pages that you just go and build separately. Now, in the past, I guess what's confusing, people think of a landing page as, oh, a sales page, Penny, or don't you mean a funnel page? No, a landing page can be used for anything. Like you can see here, there's opt-in pages, contact pages, services pages, all sorts of different things. These have all been created as separate landing pages. However, I have them linked to the website theme via a navigation menu. They are not trapped within the website theme itself. They are wholly and solely separate pages. So what happens is, if I ever want to update my website, or I want to move pages around, I can do that easily because they're simply landing pages, okay? And all I'm worried about in the website is my system pages. So just sort of like get that in your head, that there is a reason we suggest you keep the core pages in the website theme and all your other pages build out as a landing page. Now, picture this. You've decided that you want to go and update to a brand new website template, but you've already got a website in play. Okay, so let's just say that you had another website template in there. You'd built out all of the system pages, all right, but you had your home page, contact page, about page as a separate landing page. Do you think it's going to be much easier for you to then go and work? You can actually work in a website theme, so you can click on customize whilst it's not live, and then update all of the components and everything you need whilst it's not live. And then you can simply upload that template. You can swap that out and say, this is the one I now want to make live because I've worked on it in the background. Nobody's seen me doing anything. It's really easy peasy. Okay, so you would be working on it in the background. But that becomes really challenging if you've also got to do all of the landing pages like within that same website theme. Like, it becomes really challenging. Whereas this way, you're able to work on the core components, get those uploaded fast. Like, you're able to go, okay, they're the easy pages. Let's get that in. We can set that to live. That's all the new stuff. And then the individual pages, like you contact me, or you might have like an about page, that kind of thing. Because these are separate individual pages, you can work on them one at a time. So you can literally just like have a period of time where you update one page at a time in your website theme or your website, and it's no big stress. It does become a stress if it's all inside your website theme, believe me. The other big problem that we see that happens for people is when they're in here and they have gone and created the most incredible homepage ever, and they go, you know what? I want to use the components that I've got in that homepage. I've created this fancy block, or I've created this fancy section that does this or does that. Looks fantastic. I'm going to duplicate that page because I could probably use that page as a sales page or something else. Well, guess what? You can't, because you built it inside the website thing. It's a system page and you can't duplicate it. You can't do anything with it. All right. So that's the number one reason. Don't build it in there. The other thing that I wanted to point out that I have seen happen as well, And I'll dive into here so you can see. So one of the core components of the website theme area, and it's a good thing, is that when you go and create your header area and your footer, it's the same for every single page in the website theme. Fantastic, you say. Oh my God, Penny, that saves me so much time, I hear you say. Yes, that's definitely a pro. But the con to that is you cannot ever have a different header for any of the pages that are stuck in the website theme. May not be an issue, but it may. And for instance, let's just say that we have this creative header that we've created here. It's set to an overlay. We've got this fantastic image in the background. And because it's a darker image, everything looks fantastic being white up here. But what happens if we went and built other pages for this theme? Like I'm just showing you as an example. I don't have any others that have actually been done that you could probably use. Well, you could lighten them up, but you're going to get the picture. So let's just say that this was a light-based background and it was going to look terrible. Like I couldn't have a white logo, or I couldn't have like white links or social media up in the header. It's just not going to be seen. So what if I decided that these needed to be black, or maybe it was going to be better to have a white background and not have this set as an overlay so it drops down over the hero image? I can't do that. So I would then have to plan every single image. If I want to keep my header area looking the same for every page, I then have to go and make sure that everything is going to be okay with a white logo and white text. And that may not be the case. So it's just little things like that to think of. The other thing that you might want to do, I have seen this done as well, is people have said, I actually don't want to have a menu on my homepage. I just want to have my beautiful logo, and I want to have like 2 buttons or something on the homepage that says, hey, are you looking for this part of the business? Click here. Or, hey, are you looking for this part of the business? Click here. And it would be confusing if you had a menu up here. Again, you can't do that. You can't get creative with a homepage if it's stuck inside the website theme. So trust me when I say it is for your own good to go and create this page as a separate landing page. All right, hopefully that's helped explain it a little bit better. Many people say to me, oh my gosh, this is so confusing. I don't understand. And I get it. And you probably won't understand it until you actually get inside your Kajabi account and you start working in here and I guess really play with the website theme to see what all the components are. So the next component to all of this, so that you understand how it all joins up, like you're saying to me, oh my God, how is this going to work, Penny, if we can't have the home page and I can't have a contact page? How do I link them all up? And that is what the next video is going to be about. And that is going to be all about using your navigation menus to show you how you link your site together. Alrighty, hopefully that's helped. Bye for now.